What is going on, folks? Welcome in. You are on the lifeboat. This is Captain Calhoun speaking. Welcome in. Dale Cox, Kevin Hawthorne, Casey. Good to see you guys. I did not get Feisty's info, Dale. We'll have to attempt to do that today. I wonder if you emailed me. I can check real quick. Today we're going to be talking about the Mandela effect. I'm pretty excited. Kind of a fun thing that we can all agree we've experienced. That was the wrong email. One sec. One sec. Let's check real fast. It'll only take a moment. It does not look like they emailed me, but I do have some emails that I need to go through. All righty. So yeah, guys, today I'm going to be pulling up examples. We're going to debunk all these Mandela effects today. And some of them hit pretty close to home for me, and some of them do not. Some of them I don't relate with, but that's all right. I'm sure you will. Millie the Dandelion. I tried to say Millie and Dandy at the same time. Millie the Dandelion, welcome in. Good to see you. TKK. Brianna. Hey, Spanx, just curious, are your videos monetized? I never get ads here. They are. So if you're not getting ads, you're making off like a bandit. I mean, I can even check just in case, but I'm 90% sure. I'm like 99.9% sure that they all are. This one is too. That's kind of cool though. No ads for you, huh? I wonder why that is. But I have compiled a list here. Do you guys have any Mandela effects you'd like to start with? Anything that you guys have experienced? Blester Crochet, hello, good morning. Good to see you. Or we could just start busting down the list that I have. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how the ads work, Casey. I know that we have we can tell it to put it only in the middle or only at the end, or we can tell it put it wherever, and they don't seem to go at regular intervals. They don't seem to go at the same intervals. They seem to just be placed randomly. So I'm not entirely sure how it all works. I know that the ads shown are based upon the demographic of the audience. I know that YouTube has some AI that figures all that stuff out. Because in my analytics, it'll tell me the median age of my audience, and it has a bunch of stats of the crew basically. So I know it knows things that I don't know. Katrina Schaff, hello, the Berenstain Bears. Yes, so I had Berenstain Bear books growing up, and I feel like I remember really staring at the name one day and thinking, Berenstain? Has it always been Berenstain? I feel like I watched this happen as a kid. But anyways, I have here. The only problem with this is I have all these examples pulled up, but none of them are labeled, so I just have to go through them all. I guess I didn't pull that one up. The Berenstain Bears. Such a great collection of stories when I was a kid, I tell you what. Let's get one that's written very clearly. How about this? How about this? How about this? I can only imagine my dad trying to do this. I have to say. This was his idea. And I'm picturing him trying to pull these things up. It's so small. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, then we're going to do this. We'll go with a little zoom action. It clearly says stain, which, we could argue about it, but not my favorite name, I think Berenstain was better, but I guess Berenstain was the guy's name that wrote it, Mike Berenstain, which, really takes a lot of the magic out of it for me, but that's okay. I really enjoyed these books growing up, and I guess they are actually called the Berenstain Bears, not the Berenstain. Incarnasoul, what's going on? Welcome in. Not in last night's live, but sometimes I have ads interrupt live streams as I watch. And I assumed that that's what was happening. But again, I don't ever really view live. I'm always live, so I don't really know. Spanx, I'm sending a few canvas your way. I picked up some black ones. I figure you could have fun with bright colors on those. Heck yeah. Thank you so much, Mary Jones. I'm so excited for that. I was just thinking, I was just looking at the old funds today and thinking about going and buying some canvases and stressing a little bit financially, but that's okay. Everything is beautiful. The sun is shining and life goes on. Life's good right now. Thanks for thinking of me, Mary Jones. Jeremy Fowler, what's going on? Jane Aldrich, hello, hello. Spanx, I'm sending 6 bottles of tincture with a list of who they go to. All right, sounds good, man. I will take care of business. And I am also gonna have to find these people's contact information, but you can count on me. I will take care of it. Thank you for making these bottles for everybody. You're the freaking man, dude. You're the man. All right. Well, I'm going to hit the trusty list here. So, what about someone said something about Publishers Clearinghouse and Ed McMahon, and that was before my time. But I wonder if we can find a picture of Ed McMahon handing out checks. Because that's the Mandela effect with him, right? Was that he was handing out big checks? I mean, doesn't this look like Ed McMahon to me? I have to say, this quite a bit looks like Ed McMahon to me. But again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. What is that sound? It's killing me. There's like a vibrating happening. Sounds like a broken motor. Is that not Ed McMahon handing out a giant check? Now, I don't know if this is for Publishers Clearinghouse, but that certainly seems to be Ed McMahon with a giant check and a very, very happy young lady. The Shazaam movie, that's a great example of Breonna Miller. So I think this one, did I pull up this one as well? Bum, 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 bum. I have so many. There's a lot of these things. All right. What were we just talking about? I already forgot. The Shazam movie, that's right. So apparently everyone remembers Sinbad playing the genie in the Shazam movie, but this was allegedly never the case. I think we might be getting Shaquille O'Neal in the Kazam movie mixed up. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. I know what I'm doing. Sinbad, Shazam, Sinbad genie. I remember this like so much, but it totally could be me confusing it with Kazam. You know what's funny about this one is? Oh my, we have a couple images we're going to pull up here. There's fake footage in like fake media for the Shazam movie that never happened, apparently. Check this out. Oop, nope, not extra camera. Check this out. This is apparently the cover for this fake movie. But I remember this. I feel like I remember seeing this cover. I feel like I remember seeing this movie, even if it was just a like a skit on somebody's like sketch comedy show. I feel like I've seen this though. Am I wrong? I'm obviously wrong because the internet's claiming this isn't real. But I feel like I 100% remember this. And not to be confused, let's pull up Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal. Not to be confused with this. Oh my gosh, I'll get better at this one day. There's a better way to do this for sure. Not to be confused with this, which I 100% do remember all by itself without the other stuff. Which was a decent movie, I have to say. Annika, what is going on? Flick Fox, SP. Nelson Mandela died twice in my lifetime, says SP. My dad died, and he was only one in family that said he thought that too. I remember this effect, this phenomenon. A lot of people think or believe that he died or remember him dying in prison in the 1980s, but then he later went on to become the president of South Africa and died in 2013. Excuse me, 2013, from what I understand. This was also a little bit before my time. I wasn't a very cognitive young man when this was going on, so hard for me to speak on. Yeah, the Curious George not having a tail definitely freaked me out too. Because and there a couple of these really did. Like there's some Scooby-Doo ones we'll get into. Where's my Curious George? Right here. So many tabs, so little time. You know, not really though. We have all the time in the world. Where is it? Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna have to start getting rid of the ones that we've already been through. There we go. So for this one I went ahead and pulled up a bunch, and none of them have a tail. None of these guys have tails. Which, you know, I didn't read a ton of Curious George when I was a kid, but I did read a fair amount. And I remember monkeys having tails. I remember Curious George having a tail. And I remember this guy has a name, doesn't he? Or is he just the man in the yellow hat? Was he always just the man in the yellow hat? I feel like that's another one. Yeah, he never had a tail. What's up with that? What the heck? What the heck? Star Wars is on the list, Flick. The Monopoly monocle. Yep, I remember that too. He totally, maybe I'm remembering the McDonald's collaboration, because I feel like when Monopoly and McDonald's did their collab, did I pull that one up too? I guess not. When Monopoly and McDonald's did their collab, I feel like all the Monopoly imagery that they had, he had a monocle. But again, I might just be confusing this with the peanut guy, the Planters peanut guy, because he definitely has a monocle. There's a bunch of images here of the Monopoly man placed against like a Monopoly guy with an eyeglass and a Monopoly guy without. And when I look at it like this, I definitely feel like I remember without more, you know? No way that dude has a tail. That's what I thought too. A lot of these completely blew my mind. I'm going to clean up my desktop a little bit before we move on. Yeah, I swear, I wonder where I've seen that Sinbad movie. I wish I had more memories of it. Okay, we didn't do that. Okay. Making good progress here, folks. Making good progress. I was looking at all these like, man, are we even going to get through them all? You know what's funny about this, SP? I feel like when I buy Fruit of the Loom underwear, the cornucopia is on the tag, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't have any handy. The Fruit of the Loom logo is definitely one of them. I remember it having a cornucopia, like with the cone. And I believe that cone is referred to as a cornucopia as well as the whole arrangement, but I might be wrong. I guess I have to actually type cone to get it to pull up like that. That's a terrible photo. Ha! The image that I'm going to pull up says This is the only Mandela effect that I've never read a good example for. I know what I saw. I think that's pretty funny. I know what I saw. One of my favorites, I guess I should wait though until we get through this. One of my favorites is the Scooby-Doo ones because I'm a big fan of Scooby-Doo, always have been. And you know, the thing about Scooby-Doo is they changed the voice actors, they changed the animations, they changed a lot about Scooby-Doo over the years. And I don't know the story behind why the voice actors for Scooby and Shaggy changed originally, but that was the first thing that they changed, and me and my dad noticed immediately. And it just was downhill from there. But we remember Scooby saying "Rutro, Raggy" all the friggin' time. And you know, I tried to find a clip of him saying this when we realized that this was a thing way back in the day, and I could not. Although today, I do have a clip of him saying "Rutro, Raggy." You guys remember this, right? Scooby said "Rutro," and Shaggy had an Adam's apple, I thought, but apparently that's not. Raggy's how he said Shaggy because Scooby can't pronounce the SH. Let's see. I wonder if I'll get in trouble for playing this. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, maybe I changed it. I moved it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay.
Projects done and free standard shipping. Start earning for free with my.
Ah, boy. Oh, Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh.
That's a common misconception.
And then it tries to tell us that it was actually the Jetsons dog. But I have to say,
Ah, boy. Oh, Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh.
That's a.
you know, he tries to relate it to the Jetsons dog instead.
Said that.
Ruh-roh.
Which, I mean, that's a pretty convincing clip as well, but he used clips of Scooby saying "Rutro" to say that he didn't say "Rutro." So I'm not really following what the intent behind that video was, but I'm really glad it's there because I had not been able to find it, Scooby saying that on video, and I knew it was true. I know what I saw. Shot too shorts. What does shot too shorts mean? And I'm glad you did some self-care today, James. Welcome aboard. Good morning, dude. Good to see you. Glad you're taking care of you, man. It's a good way to be. We're just talking about Mandela effects. I always say Mandela, but that's not the right way to say it, I guess. Yeah, and the Fruit Loops. So I didn't realize this until I was today years old, but they've spelled it wrong this whole time. Do you guys know this? Check this out. Did you guys know this? Fruit Loops is spelled with two O's both times. There's a couple spelling ones that we're gonna check out. It's pretty fun. That was the older Scooby-Doo. Matrix Rabbit. You know what's funny is the internet can't tell the difference between the old and the new, but I can. Like, this is OG Scooby and Shaggy. Two separate episodes smashed together like they're the same, but it also looks like it's been like remastered. Like they picked the colors up and made them brighter. Doesn't it? So this is 100% original episodes. Although the villain on the right, I'm actually not convinced now that I'm looking at it. But the one on the left with Scooby in the suit of armor, that's old school. That's original. The Harlem Globetrotters episode was so cool. That was like a special they did. And that was also original Scooby-Doo, wasn't it? That was like old school. They had a lot of collab episodes back in the day. I remember they had one with Korn, the band, which was really friggin' weird. Oh my, look at this. Look at this image, folks. Holy crap. This is so cool. They need to make this simpler, I have to say. There's so many clicks to make this happen. What a blast from the past. Look at that. What a great episode. I don't know who did the voice. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure the same person did both Scooby and Shaggy, but I might be wrong. Yeah, and Looney Tunes was spelled with a U and not two O's. Do you guys know that? Let's pull that one up. Oh, I got to clean up the tabs again. There's so many. Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes. Yep, it was always spelled that way. I remember this one. I watched a ton of this when I was a kid. Great to see you, Indigo Insights. Good morning. Good to see you. Did they do the monkey too on Scooby-Doo? What do you mean? What do you mean? Scooby Tuesday? That's awesome. Oh my, that's so cute. You guys are cute. Just reading, just reading, just reading. I feel like I had an idea, now it's gone. The Scooby-Doo Kiss collab? That sounds familiar, but I feel like I don't know. Oh, the band The Monkees. I feel like I remember that too. I watched so much Scooby-Doo as a kid. I feel like I should have clearer memories of this stuff. Interesting. Interesting. This looks like a collab of the Jetsons and Scooby-Doo. That's so weird. Maybe I'll share this screen while I'm looking through it so that you guys can hang out with me. Zaphod Beeblebrox, good to see you, good buddy. Welcome in. How are you today? What were we looking for? The monkeys? Look at this. This is those magicians. I forget their names. We got the Stooges here. I forget this guy's name too, but he was in a few episodes. Nice cameo. And then this looks like what I think is one of the monkeys, but I can't find one of all of them. That also kind of looks like them, but I'm not very familiar with the band The Monkees, so. New school Scooby-Doo. Ew. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Thundercats was one of my favorites. Oh my. Lion-O was such a good one. And Snarf. Snarf, snarf, snarf. So check this out. I actually have some more. Don Knotts, that's right. Watched a ton of Sailor Moon when I was a kid. I remember this too, Zaphod. Are they not under the wings? Am I going to learn something new right now? Everything looks different when you're a smaller human. You know what I mean? And when you're a younger human. I'm over here Googling airplane engines. Yeah, I don't think they were always so out in front, dude. I agree with you. But hey, I've been wrong before. Oh, look at this one. This is an exploded engine. Oops. Oops, I shared the wrong one. That's scary. They're in the air too. Look at that. That photo is taken from the window seat. Imagine being the person taking that photo. Oh, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Awakened by the looking glass. What's going on? Oof. I just kind of burped at the same time there. What's going on? Good to see you. Tweedledee and Tweedledum's heads. Don't they have like a hat with a propeller on it or something? Let's see. Oh, it's a it's not a hat with a propeller on it. Wow. What a great call out. That's awesome. I'm glad you said that. How do we have to remember how to share screen share? It's a flag. That's awesome. That is so hilarious. Apparently, Shaggy used to have an Adam's apple. I feel like I remember this too, but maybe it's just from all the sandwiches that I've seen him eat. Because apparently, I mean, we just looked at a ton of Scooby and Shaggy. Apparently, that's not what he ever looked like. Unless, I mean, there were some where he was eating something and it was going down his throat. But I feel like I remember him having an Adam's apple all the time. Not the case. All right. Let's get through the rest of these Scooby ones. So got a bunch of them. This is the one I pulled up for Scooby and Shaggy in general. There's no Adam's apple there. This is 100% old school, like how they originally were. I mean, maybe doctored up a little bit. It does look less grainy than the OG stuff, but there's no Adam's apple there. His neck looks so straight, it's alarming, you know? I would make a good Shaggy cosplay, wouldn't I? Maybe we'll have to do that. That sounds fun. I would make a good impression too. Davy Jones, that's right. Okay, that's why it was saying that. Karma Chameleon, good to see you. Welcome aboard. P. Taylor, hello, hello. Trying to get the Discord app to work on my phone, but it's not. I think it would be a safer way to chat. Any help is appreciated. What kind of troubles are you running into with the Discord app? It's cold in my house. I had to shut my windows. I was getting fresh air in here, and it was starting to get too cold. You know, Brianna says the FBI man, the surveillance van outside is going to be confused by my search history. And I have to say, this is the least of my worries. I look up semi-automatic shotguns, and I do lots of questionable internet searches. I'm a very curious individual, and the internet has lots of answers, whether they're true or false. They're out there. You know, there are answers. So I Google all kinds of stuff. If there is a man in a van looking at my search history, he's probably like, "Good on you, man. Good on you, bro." No, he's probably a little nervous, a little worried, but he shouldn't be. There's nothing to fear. I'm just teaching myself things. I'm just learning the cost of a semi-automatic shotgun and whether or not I can own one in the state of Arizona. Just kidding. I also like to window shop. I don't think that that's something I'm going to be purchasing, but a boy can dream, you know? A boy can dream about such things. Mandela effect magician has arrived. What's going on, B. Hendrix? Show me some magic. I can't wait. The Addams family. What's the Mandela effect with the Addams family? Curious George has no tail. I wonder if I left that. We had that up here earlier. Where'd it go? I'm gonna have to pull it up again. 1 second. There's that darn vibrating again, guys. Holy crap. I might have to stand up and go investigate. It's quite annoying. Here's Curious George not having a tail, which for this one, I pulled up a bunch of images because I just literally could not believe it. But he's not having a tail. I mean, I don't think this is a real photo, right? A cyborg. I don't think that's real. But in even these OG ones, like I remember I had this case or this book. I had that though. Whatever this is, I had it. I owned it. And it does look this one too. I had this one as well. But I am so blown away. He never had a tail. And apparently this guy doesn't have a name. He's just the man in the yellow hat. You know, he doesn't need a name. He's not the main character, right? George is the main character. Oh, the Shaggy Adams apple. I feel like it happened all the time, right? But it's not there in the still frames. So Gargoyles was my favorite cartoon growing up. I had a ton of action figures. They ended up getting sold for heroin, but my collection was epic. Before the times got really dark, it was a shining light of a collection. All the Matchbox cars too, sadly. The Adam's apple only happens when he gulps. Willow Wren, welcome in. We're just having some fun today talking about the Mandela effect. By the way, guys, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but the reason it's called this is because a bunch of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, which obviously, and we can explore what the Mandela effect could mean and what it could point to, because I was about to say some of that, but Nelson Mandela would go on to become the president of South Africa after his supposed death in 1980, and then would go on to actually die in 2013, from what I understand. Now, put on your tinfoil hats for a second. If this Mandela effect is something that we are all experiencing, we're all experiencing collective false memory, right? That's pretty much what it's referring to. What does that necessarily mean? Why is this happening? Well, there could be, again, tinfoil hat moment. There could be alternate realities, and somehow we're shifting between them, right? We started in one and ended in another, or are in another now. Or there is something that links, something we don't fully understand that links our consciousness together, which is something that I tend to put a little bit of stock into. Because what is empathy, right? How can I feel what you're feeling so intuitively that I can't tell the difference between what's mine and what's yours unless I'm trying, right? What is that phenomenon? How can that happen if we're not communicating with each other without communicating, right? Somehow my brain, which is a biocomputer, right? It's picking up data from you, and we're not connected by wires, or we're not exchanging information. It's just like in the air. So I think that there's something that connects our consciousness. I can't speak today. I think there's something connecting our consciousness. I think that's how you say that. Or maybe, it's just some alternate reality stuff, and I'm very far off the mark. But there's something, right, that we don't fully understand, right? We couldn't have empathy if the laws of physics were all that there was, right? If the way that we understand the physical world is all there is to it, then empathy wouldn't be a thing. The Mandela effect wouldn't be a thing, right? These things are happening all the time, right? Everyone can agree on that. And I think that there is a lot about this world that we do not yet understand, which is really a cool concept, right? Humanity has been around for a long time, and we're still just cracking the surface on some areas of knowledge. I feel like there are some things that we don't even know exist, right? We're still just babies, it feels like sometimes, which is a really, really cool thing. Novel experiences, learning things, doing things from for the first time. These are some of the most exciting things to me. And it looks like, as a race, humanity has a lot of novel experiences left on the table, which warms me up. I tell you what. Puka Vista says, I must have been on the correct side of the collider. I love your words here because I remember Nelson Mandela's life. Nelson Mandela. Barbara C., good morning. Good to see you. You're not old, Puka Vista. You're just wise. You just have experience under your belt. No big deal. In fact, actually, it is kind of a big deal because it's awesome. You have all this experience and knowledge under your belt. I can't wait till I get older. I feel like, yeah, the wisdom that comes with experience. There's nothing new under the sun. Well, it's new to me, I can still believe that it's new. A boy can dream, and so can a girl. A boy and a girl, they can both dream. In fact, what is life without some dreams, some hopes, some ambitions, without a little bit of reaching, I'm chilling, Dale. I appreciate you saying that. I definitely won't rush it. If we're talking about rushing into old age, I feel like I have aged myself prematurely quite a bit already. I've done plenty. I can just relax now, right? We got off the sauce. We stopped doing coke and started exercising and taking care of my body. So I feel like we were flipping the script on me rushing it for sure. But I just if I viewed getting older as a negative thing, then I would not want it, right? I would hate it. So I'm trying to flip the script on that too, right? Because all I'm doing is getting older, literally, just moment by moment. I can't stop it. So I'm trying to look at it in a way that makes me happy, that makes me excited, right? And that's what I came up with. So I promise I won't rush it, but hopefully you guys can hang out with me along the way, huh? And we can kind of grow together, get older together. Good morning, Kellyanne. Always a pleasure. Always stoked when you show up. Okay, please hold. I'm going to have to investigate this vibrating. I don't know what it is, but it's killing me. You know what I think it is, people? It's coming out of the vent, and I don't know exactly how the air works in here, but I can, like, when I turn the air conditioning on, like, I can hear the mechanism or whatever, the motor. And it's definitely not a new motor. It makes a little bit of noise. But when my neighbors turn on the air as well, sometimes I can hear, I don't know if sometimes is the right way to say that, but I can also hear their air conditioning motor or whatever. And the motors don't always sound the same. They don't always sound smooth. And it just sounds like someone's motor is vibrating because it's coming out of the vent. One day, these motors are going to bust and they're not going to work anymore and they're going to have to replace them. And that day is going to kind of suck because I think they're going to need to access the apartment to do so. In other news, the roaches are not long for this world. I know I keep saying that, but we might actually be on the other side of the whole roach debacle. They just redid the apartment next door, so I'm really excited. Fridays when the bug guy comes by, I'm excited to see what he has to say. I guess that's tomorrow, huh? It's today. So hopefully the bug guy comes by today, so I can get an outlook on that, because that apparently was where the hive was. And I'm not really seeing a ton of them. I do see a couple here and there, so I don't want to get rid of the diatomaceous earth until they're done for, because I might just allow them to migrate here if I get rid of it beforehand. So, but I'm so excited to have my apartment back. Oh my. I mean, not that I don't have it, but it's like the floor could be a lot cleaner and the counters would stay a lot cleaner if I didn't have that diatomaceous earth all over the place. I have to work around it. That's what I'm using. Awakened by the Looking Glass. That's totally what I'm using. It just takes time. Flick Fox blew your mind with the Hannibal Lecter one. Here, let me go up there and read it. I promise, Dale. I appreciate that. Take it from an old man. Don't rush anything. Enjoy and take your time. And I used to this used to be my general, my normal operating procedure was just to rush, to run around, to run into the door and what's going on in here. And I definitely try and chill and relax these days and just take my time. Because where am I actually rushing to? Just another destination? I'm still looking for this Flick Fox comment. Hello, Clarice. He says, good morning. What? Does he really? It'll blow my mind. Do you believe in there being alternate realities for each decision you make? Asks Indigo's Insights. Sometimes I ponder this. I don't know if I would go as far to say as that I believe it, but I definitely ponder and consider it. I definitely have pondered and considered this, because behind every decision is different paths, right? Making this decision versus this decision, those paths fork off in different directions, right? I often wonder that there would be a billion other realities if this is true. Different versions of me doing all kinds of different stuff. I'm going to have to look up that Hannibal one now. Not with a hello. Apparently it was good morning. Okay. I mean, I believed Flick, but oh my God. Oh my. I wonder if we can watch this. Let's try it. That brought tears to my eyes. Oh no. Did the sound come through on the ones I played earlier, guys? Oh, it's still not. Son of a biscuit eating bulldog. There we go. Every time I hit play, it mutes it. Hold on. That's why. That's why. Does he say it at the beginning? He doesn't say it at all. We're watching this clip for no reason. It still freaked me out a little bit, so.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Sorry. I thought he was going to say good morning, but it's not the case. I hope I didn't put anyone off with that. More freestyle life. What's going on? Good to see you. You know, I've been watching a bunch of Naruto, and there's a character that likes to rap called Killer Bee. And watching him interact with Naruto the past couple days has made me feel very freestyly, made me feel very rhymey, I have to say. Not that I'm any good or anything, but I used to fart around with the boys back in the day, and we would spit flows and whatnot. And Naruto has got me in the mood lately. Tommy Bird, welcome in. We're talking about the Mandela effect. In fact, we still have a bunch to get through. I've just been kind of having so much fun. Forgotten about my list here. What about Oscar Mayer, guys? You guys know about this Oscar Mayer thing? Apparently, the spelling is in debate. Apparently, it's spelled with an A. Most people forget the A. Do you guys know this? And I have here a photo of the Oscar Mayer wiener itself to prove that there's an A in it. Which I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have gotten this. They may have stumped me. A little bit, but I'm not so concerned that we're going to stop doing what we're doing. At the end of the day, it'll all get handled, you know? If they hit me with that, then I learned something. And there's also avenues to make it right so that like we're not in a bad place. So, you know, I need to stretch my legs in some way. I need to learn the boundaries in some way. And often just figuring it out is my best way. I have heard of Harry Mack, Brianna. Interesting. I do enjoy quite a bit of hip hop. Oscar Mayer jingle. I forgot about that commercial. That does exist though. That is a thing. And then what's another good one? We did Fruit Loops. So what about Pikachu? Does Pikachu have a black mark on the end of his tail or not? I feel like he's always had a black mark on the tip of his tail. And I mean, if you're not into Pokemon, I guess you wouldn't know. But I feel like he always had a black mark. Jeremy Fowler, good morning. All get in trouble together. Yeah, we got this. We're going in. Going in. Yeah. It's not like it happens a lot. Today is a special day. So Pikachu doesn't have that black mark, apparently, which bothers me. In the games, he does. Apparently, in the show, he did not. He's got the black mark on his ears. When he uses Iron Tail, you know, I'm sure it gets a little black. Pikachu using Iron Tail, though, come on. That was pretty cool. I don't know how he does it, but pretty cool. Interesting, Lacey. They did have little quirks like this. Pokemon, contrary to popular belief, is quite a detailed game, and they did have differences between genders. Not on every Pokemon, but on some they did. And it was always very subtle, and like I would have to read a guidebook to know, right? But I did discover quite a few of these cool little nifty differences and details that they put in the game because I was a guidebook reader for sure. For certain. Humpback whales, they don't have any humps on their back. Do you guys know that? They're just called that for no reason. What's the deal with humpback whales? Nelson Mandela Bay residents harvest meat from a beached whale. That sounds rough. Apparently, there's a Mandela effect with the orca's back pattern. I don't know if I pay enough attention to the back pattern to get that one. Yeah, C-3PO had a silver leg, guys. And in the movie, it's hard to tell because of the poor quality and the dust in the scenes. But I had this pulled up earlier. I typed in C-3PO leg and it finished at C-3PO Lego. This is, I think, a good example. You can see the bottom joint of his right leg is it's a totally different color. Which, I mean, if I go back and watch the movie, I bet you I can barely tell. I bet you I can't even tell because it's so similar. But that's a fun one. That's just like a lesser known fact, I feel like. Yeah, the GIF and the Jiffy, I have that in here somewhere as well. I feel like I saw Jiffy, the name, in a cartoon or something then, because I was totally under the impression that there was a Jiffy. See, this is such a popular one that someone has doctored up an actual Jiffy label, but this Jiffing good since 1958, I don't know. I think they're getting Jiff and Skippy mixed up. But I feel like I remember this 100%. And maybe it was from American Dad, right? Maybe it was from Family Guy or something. Who knows? Who knows? Good morning, Roberta. What's going on? I'm pretty sure it did, Mary Jones. I'm just a little distracted. It did. Look, there it is. There it is. Thank you for your support, Mary Jones. How dare you doubt me? That's so funny. I wasn't doubting you. I was just crossing your T's and dotting your I's. There's one where the Raisin Bran son doesn't wear glasses. I remember this. Is this real? This is one I don't know if I can verify. But I feel like I remember him not having glasses. In fact, the glasses look so foreign to me. Man, my stomach has been so upset the past couple of days. Good thing we're almost out of here. I can go take care of it. You know, you and me both, Jeremy. Jeremy says, I hate to say it, but Rick and Morty made me think hard about timelines and dimensions. So, like, way too hard. Way too hard. I think my favorite Rick and Morty segment has got to be all the songs that Morty would sing with the space fart. And when I say space fart, it's like a being from another dimension that's like a cloud of multicolored gas. I forget the song that they kept singing, but that little song montage just kills me every time. Also, there's a bunch of song montages in that show that just absolutely slay me. But that one with the space fart was pretty good. And then in the end, Morty just kills him anyways, or something like that, which I thought was kind of funny. Thank you guys all for being here. This is exciting. I can't remember the last time we had such avid participation. This is making me so happy. Lots to read, lots to read. Yeah, the what was that game called? It was called like Fred or something like that. It wasn't Fred, but it was just the name of a guy, and you got to live a life. And then Rick takes the guy off grid. He doesn't even have a social security number. I thought that was so funny. Imagine if that was a real game. You could just go live a life, a whole life, have a whole family, you know, and then die, and then you wake up and you were playing a video game the whole time. That's quite a concept. Whoever came up with the concept for that show has done some drugs for sure. For sure. All right, guys, hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It certainly makes a big difference. Who's to say that is not it? You're right. I don't know. In fact, most of the things we've talked about today, you can't really be sure. Is it real? Is it not? Who's remembering it correctly, right? Is the internet wrong? I feel like the internet's wrong often. You know, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. But I have to say, I'm going to be calling it a day here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to the mods. You guys are the best in the world. I love you so much. And yeah, thanks for hanging out and just kind of farting around with me today. This was fun, wasn't it? Yeah, all advertising now. There's more money in advertising than cartoons, unfortunately, which I wish wasn't the case because cartoons are way cooler. I guess they're just worth less to a lot of people. All the important questions here. That's right. Have a great day, everyone. James Collins, Rick Spicer, Jeremy Fowler, The Village, Flick Fox. Much love, guys. TKK, Indigo's Insights, Kellyanne. All right, y'all. There's going to be painting very, very soon. I'm not entirely sure exactly when we're going to pick that up. I just need some more materials. I'm dying to do so. In fact, because of that, I might just have to. I know I say this a lot. I might have to actually touch up some of these old paintings because I'm dying. I really want to paint. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. It's Friday. Treat yourself. I know I probably say that every day too, but you know, you can't underestimate the power of treating yourself really nice. So go ahead and do that today. And I am Captain Calhoun. I will see you very soon. Much love, everyone.